Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over teams for the new Mythic of Suna. She's in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week, and then she'll be in the drop table with everything else, so if you're interested in getting her, this is the week to do so, or just for collection purposes. As far as the troop itself, it is rather underwhelming for the most part. I've been testing it some. One really noteworthy thing to mention about it, though, is they have, as of this most recent patch, and one of the reasons why she probably wasn't introduced to the game earlier than now, is Faerie Fire does work properly now with lifesteal. So before, it wasn't working correctly with Draculus and her and just everything that has lifesteal. But now it does. So Faerie Fire, of course, what it's supposed to do is you do 50% more damage, which of course with lifesteal means you would also steal 50% more life. This previously was not working properly, both for the lifesteal and the damage itself, but now it does. So in this instance, you would go up to 33 damage as well as steal 33 life instead of just 22. So everything about it with Faerie Fire does interact correctly now, which is nice. But as far as the troop itself, it is pretty underwhelming. It steals life from 2 enemies instead of 4, like what a Draculus does. It is the 2 weakest though, so at least you'll probably be able to get a kill off it. Though that could potentially also mean you get less HP because you can't steal what they don't have. And then it steals 8 magic from the 2 strongest. And again, if they don't have any magic left to steal, it wouldn't, though more often than not you would have magic to steal. Even things that don't use magic, like Apothecary, still have a base amount of magic. As you can see on her value right there, she has 12 magic. So we'd still be able to steal some of it regardless, at least for the initial cast, even if they don't specifically use any. Other than that, the only other relevant thing it has is it Faerie Fires every single time it takes red. This, for the most part, isn't really going to help too much, but, it could secure a kill. It does all spell damage will do 50% more damage, so that could potentially do the kill, and also allows her to steal slightly more life. So we're going to be starting with a cheap team first and working to a slightly more expensive team, and then showing why she is useless. Basically. But still, if you have more than half the mythics in the game, she's still worth going for. Just because once you have more than half, you basically will have a guaranteed chance of getting a new one at that point whenever a new mythic comes out. So it then starts to become worth always going for every mythic, even if it is pretty much useless, like this one. But yeah, it's definitely one to consider skipping. From everything I've used with it so far, it is relatively bad. So right here, we actually have a cheap version. I didn't really go over it yet, but we have Lord Ember. This is the new recently added troop from a few weeks back, so most people probably have it laying around. Transforms all of a chosen color to red. A relevant part about this is also gives all other allies 1 magic, which will help her secure kills, which is really important. We have Azura here who can do HP reduction. Other than that, it's for Dispel to get rid of things like Barrier. Which is going to be pretty useful, as well as just for mana generation in general. Here is just a really cheap way to use hero on our team. We're using the Sunbolt Javelin, really easy to obtain. It's actually the best of the 3 of them pretty much, because its lowest mana cost make it easier to keep spamming. The other ones only gain 1 additional damage or 2 additional damage. They do have more perks, but that doesn't really make too big a deal. I believe we have Burning, which burns the enemy, though he has immune to it, so it's not even going to do that. But nonetheless, the main reason we have this is true damage. You don't get to target it, but it will allow us to cover every color, as well as just poke a little bit of true damage down, which is the whole point of it. So right here, we'd want to try getting Ember up. It doesn't look like we even have it at the moment. Oh, never mind. I didn't even see that cascade, so perfect. We'll go get that Alpha Blue. That'll be almost all the mana we need. Start getting her up as close as we can. No point in really going and trying to kill out Gorgulfa, since he's just going to go and not only does he have immune to Faerie Fire, but we also can't really go and do enough damage to him yet. So there he goes with the fireproof thing. We do Faerie Fire a random enemy every single time we take red, though of course they need to not have immune to it. So I think we're just going to go for our ability here. And he actually cleanses 1 thing, but we're going to start stacking up her ability. Every single time she'll gain quite a bit of magic, as you can see. So we end up now getting up to 39 magic. We end up hitting on the Faerie Fire, so it did even more damage. We could throw a random Sunbolt. That will mainly just be whatever it hits will be what we basically start targeting. But we're not going to go for that yet. Going to go, I guess, get Ember back up and work from there. We're probably just going to let it die out at this point. Just get 1 more nice cast out of it if we can. So he is nearly dead, but we'll go convert out a color that we need, like into green. That would be all the mana we need. And now we can just go and go for the poke here. This would, or should double kill. We're up to 40 damage, so it does, of course, keep going higher and higher. Ideally, you'd want to be able to 2-shot wipe an entire team with her, though it generally takes way more than that. So Ember finally dies out, but now we have all of our mana going directly into our mana generator, so that shouldn't be as big a deal now. We also have Enrage. What did that come from? I guess our hero class randomly enraging something at the beginning of battle. We can actually do that to go poke him right now. It's not going to be too big a deal, but Yeah, it's actually not even worth it because we have so much true damage. We might as well do that. The Sunbolt actually does hit on the Gorgolfa, so that will be now enough damage to go and kill it. Ideally, we'll get a Zura up and then just go and HP reduce that, and that'll bring him into kill range. Otherwise, we're going to need to go and get a whole another bit of mana just to be able to kill it out. So I'll go move that over. Almost there. Let's get the Azura down and be able to kill it out that way. So we did get the HP reduction. We did not only that, but we had Faerie Fire on it, but it just cleansed it. But oh, we're 1 damage short. Luckily, we have Sunbolt Javelin. Hopefully, he doesn't revive here. But we'll go for that. He, of course, revives. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll go for Azura. Tried for the HP reduction. Didn't get it. One more will do it. As you can see, 54 damage. She does keep stealing more and more life. She does keep getting increasingly more life and magic. Though Yagwe and Draculus. Well, Draculus does it just for HP, but Yagwe actually does it for both as well. Which makes her kind of useless since she can't really loop compared to a Yagwe. But we'll go move that over. He sure is wanting to survive, that is for sure. But finally, with like the 5th cast, we get the final double kill. So yeah, it takes way too long, especially since she doesn't end up hitting everything. She doesn't have a high enough initial impact. It has that slight problem that a Faerie Shirachi has, in that you normally don't use Faerie Shira in quick teams. Obviously, if you're farming souls, you always use them. But you don't generally use him in the quickest possible teams just because he takes a little while before he can actually do his damage, and she's definitely the exact same way. Also because they only hit so few targets. Ooh, true damage spam. Did we go true damage spam versus true damage spam? I guess we will. But next up, we're going to be going with a double humility. So let's try fixing her problem by giving her a bunch of magic with fully traded humility. I'm also using Draculus, which does now synergize with Faerie Fire, which will be able to go and basically allow us to one-cast both of them ideally into the win. Also, this gives us 2 chances with a humility to hit the right target. As long as we get a magic buff on one of those 2, we get what we need. Spirit Fox, stop being annoying. Stop getting rid of my yellows. Okay, we'll go and he just took like all of our mana instantly. He's gonna keep poking us with stuff. We're actually stunned on that too, which means we can't even get our trait. He's gonna core vash us. Is he seriously about to just completely deny us with a true damage team? Looks like it. I don't know, I kind of just want to restart so we can go get the thing. But well, we'll still play it out, see what happens. Kills that out. This will give us our first Draculus, but again, that's not gonna be enough damage. You know what? We will go restart it. No Spirit Fox for you today. Okay. Sure, 4 times Dragon Team, that's decent, that's fine. We'll go into that instead. Spirit Fox is just being too annoying with the removal of yellow for us to get away with using humility. Obviously, we need those yellows if we can. Our banner's actually completely set to it as well, just so we can try utilizing it. We'll try for it right here as well. No, he doesn't deny us. But we'll go see if we have a Cascade here. It doesn't look like we do. I could take a Skull to red, not really that needed. Might as well just work humility up if we can. Ideally, we'll have mana for it. We can. Don't eat deer, transform something into a dragon. Wait, does it have a 100% chance? Oh, I did not realize that. When did that weapon get 100%? But we'll just keep doing this on yellow-red. And it actually always had. I just didn't realize it. Okay, apparently it got rid of our Draculus. Fine. We'll go repick again. I want to show this team properly. Okay, there we go. Great Maul. Let me guess. If we do Great Maul, he'll devour us instantly. Mercy. Can't. It's Divine. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be really bad against Mercy as well as Divines in general. Here we go. That's a weird team, but still strong enough that it's worth showing against it. It's basically a full Wild Folk team. I haven't seen that for a while. There's actually not a Wild Folk hero class, though, so he's just using the Dwarf, of course, trying to get that leveled, the new hero class that just came out. But let's go and not fail this time. Okay. Let's see. We'll go and we need the last little bit of our mana. We'll take it from the yellow off the top. Didn't get it. Gives it to us for free. We'll keep throwing this onto red. Ideally, we'll get magic buff onto one of them. As you see right there, we got the magic buff we need, which still does not bring us into one-shot range, but it might be able to go into a Draculus plus the other one to try to do it, which is kind of the thing we're going for at the moment. See if we can get another yellow just to get one more humility out. Faerie Fires also are good, so we'll just keep doing that. See if we can get another Faerie Fire on it. What do we need? What do we need? I need a yellow, but I have no way of taking yellow, so I guess we'll smooth that over for now. And he just denied my yellow, of course. We could try Skull Distracting. I don't have any mana that I really need that's currently on the board. I need the last little bit of mana for her. I want to make sure we keep that up, but there's no chance that that Faerie Fire will still be there. And we would need more reds to guarantee it. So we'll take this into a red. Ideally, okay, he hits us. Oh, you would kill that. But he does give us a little bit more magic in doing so, so I guess that is fine. All we need now is just to get the last little bit of our mana, which again is not really happening that well. We'll go just take the green, get that. Okay, so we don't have any Faerie Fires, but we can go security kills here. So we'll go and I guess we'll do her first just to gain a large amount of HP. Kill that out, and basically just repeat that one more time. And we could triple cast kill the enemy. Though, of course, we had some humilities in there, but yeah. That still is pretty underwhelming. We actually have enough to kill with Draculus, I believe, but we'll go take that. Let's see. But yeah, there are potentials for her in the future. You would need a really heavy red spam true damage team, which things like Miststalker or Marilith and stuff in the future could potentially be useful, but with what currently exists is a little bit towards the underwhelming side, as you can see. That's with 2 mythics, and it looks like we're not even using a single one. But, yeah. Anyways, on to the next one. So, basically, why she's useless is Yagwe Queen Titania combo is way, ridiculously superior and easier to obtain. It's you can just put it with Alchemist Moneylender. You don't have to do it with this combo, though it is the cheapest possible combo that is really effective with it. You just get Alchemist for all the yellow you need, Moneylender for all the red you need, which requires gold, so you have to use something that gains gold in some way. Either a hero class if you don't use Alchemist, or, you know, anything, really. But Alchemist works best because he gives a gigantic burst right from the start, as soon as you get him up. Yagwe, the whole thing with this is it steals 4 magic from both the enemies it hits. Also, it boosts based on all of its HP that it has. So it ends up stealing HP every single time you take red instead of Faerie Fire. So it's still doing true damage as well. It just keeps gaining more HP, keeps gaining more magic. Same thing as the Suna, except it does it in a loopable rate. And it hits really hard on the front 2 enemies. Again, it hits the same 2, or not the same 2, but it hits 2 enemies just like how she hits 2 enemies. Except it's loopable, and it's restricted to the first 2. But then again, hers is also restricted. It's restricted to the weakest 2. But yeah, basically, this is just way better. And Queen Titania just does all your Faerie Fire for you off of all the extra turns. Doesn't specifically do it on red, though even if she did specifically do it on red, it wouldn't matter, because you're using Yagwe and you are going to be creating a good majority of reds anyways. But yeah, you'll notice this will go, or should go, way smoother than every battle we've done so far with the new Mythic, simply because it is just way better. So we'll go for this. Go for the red. Go and, I guess just take another red, throw an Alchemist down. Trying to see where our Alchemist is going to be. It looks like it's going to be on green if he doesn't ruin it. If he doesn't ruin it. Stop doing turns! Ignore everything. Round 3. No, what even? Bad luck today, apparently. We got good luck on the Mythic. At least we used the luck where it mattered. But let's go and try this again. And should be fine. We'll stick red to red. Hopefully we'll have a convert for this. We have it on purple, it looks like, so perfect. We'll go get that all off the board. Not that many reds. I didn't convert it. No, I converted out purple. Where's all the red? Okay, I guess we throw a blank Moneylender. It's probably going to miss, but I need reds on the board. So we'll do that. Because I need to get Alchemist back up so we can get the mana looping one more cycle, since we obviously don't have enough yet. We do have a Faerie Fire on him that's not useful at the moment until we actually get things going, but should be able to get it going right here. So here we go, again, like we were going to do the previous turn, or in the previous battle, go convert out the green. This should hit now that we have enough reds, and it does. And ideally, we'd have Yagwe alignment here. Red to purple is what the alignment would be if we were to have it. Unfortunately, we do not at the moment, so we are going to have to take a few turns, kind of mess around with the board a little bit to try to put it into place if we can. It doesn't look like we have much worth converting out. Obviously, we don't want to convert out red. Whenever you have 13 more red on the board, you can go and get a free Queen Titania as well, which is nice. It doesn't look like we can still get anything out, so we'll just go... Can't even get an Alchemist on the board, so we will just go and get a Yagwe, it looks like. That should put enough red so we can now go and do our hit. So we'll go for this to get our automatic free turn, take a free skull, and just keep moving things until we get another Moneylender. Gets everything we need. We have both of them Faerie Fired, so you take even more damage. Throw the free Queen Titania, and to just kill it with Yagwe. And as you can see, it has a nice cycle to it that could just infinitely loop if it was to get a lucky enough board. And even if it doesn't loop like it didn't that time at all, it still has a good enough potential just from getting its mana that it needs, that it hits way, way quicker than what the Mythic does. It requires 20 mana, so it takes forever to get up, and it's just... It just doesn't have extra turn potential, and compared to using Yagwe with Queen Titania, it's just way, way stronger than the current Mythic. So yeah, as far as this current Mythic, it is definitely worth skipping, but again, if you are collecting everything, you'd still want to go get her. possibly useful in true damage in the future, but at this current moment in time, I would never ever bother really using it. There's just no need to. So that's the new mythic. If you still have any other questions or feedback or anything you want to let me know, feel free to do so in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Best of luck if you're going to be trying to get her. And again, just as a reminder, she's in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for the next week until next Friday reset if you are interested in obtaining her. Anyways, have a good weekend, everyone, and goodbye.